How you guys doing? This is episode 5 of the Squeaky Unclean podcast. That's right, we made it to 5 episodes because we have extra tape. I have 2 guests here today. It's my man Tyler LaBrecque and Mike Geeter, otherwise known as Chocolate Bear Hug. Don't worry, if you did try and eat him, I'd get diabetes probably.
I wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, no, that delectable voice you hear is of Mr. Mike Geeter from Detroit, Michigan. He was in the show of mine. I'm actually going to be having more shows in February with a couple of these guys. We're doing a Valentine's Day show on the 14th with Cam, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about how, because for those of you who don't know, Cam Adamson's like a really short wheelchair guy. And I think he said he had Coleman syndrome, because he's small and he has really short legs. So he's been like doing a tour and stuff basically around the States, and because he used to work for the law and stuff, and I said, what if he was like a hall monitor, like back in his days, people could just jump over him like a hurdle,
Cam the younger years.
yeah, so he's basically throwing it out. It's going to be at Masonic Temple 8 o'clock, or when the doors are going to open. I'm going to be at Melk this Tuesday, which I believe is the 4th. I don't have a calendar, so I'm thinking it's the 5th. See, yeah. This is why I have extra guests, so that they keep me honest and tell me when shows are. So I don't remember.
You have a calendar, right? Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
Yeah, no.
We're from Detroit.
Yeah. No, it's true. I was late coming in today, but I was just saying that's because the dog sleds can't pull wheelchairs very good. That's what I tell Americans and people who don't speak English, but. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the Milk show, then the Valentine's Day show. We do Milk every other week, so the week after I won't be there. Then we're in St. Thomas, not the Virgin Islands. We're in the snowy, whiter version of that. I'm going to be doing it with Mr. Tyler LaBrecque here and a few other great comedians from Windsor. It's going to be really nice theater. I'm also opening up for a rap battle next, I believe it's on... next weekend, so it is the 16th of February after Valentine's Day. If you need to see comedy and guys throwing punchlines and stuff like that, come check it out. BCB, Border City Battle Club, that's in Windsor. This is me now. This is my faces roll with it. It's because we edited out. It's like in South Park when they have the Prophet Muhammad and they had to put him in a bear suit. Now, this is the equivalent, except it doesn't make sense because it's still me. This is my special too. I don't know why I'm hyping this. Mike was in this. So
yes, I was, but my name's not on it.
What's
up with that?
It's because he's black. So,
figures.
Yeah.
We're interchangeable. I'm interchangeable with Billy, Ray,
yeah, with Billy.
Bauer.
With Billy, I've never met too many black guys named Billy Ray. So that's
they're all in prison. That's probably why.
I'm sure they're around.
They're all in prison. I can guarantee you that.
So they're all related to both of us.
Yeah, probably on some rape charge or
of course.
Multiple murders or something like that. Anytime he uses a middle name, that's a definite giveaway for.
Yeah, no, we did this on November 16th. We're gonna be selling the DVD at my website, davesqueakywheels.com. Also on the Facebook page, Dave Squeaky Wheels. You can go to his page, Chocolate Bear Hug, or look up Michael Geeter, Chocolate Bear Hug, which is his alias. It sounds like a superhero that shoots Hershey's Kisses and beats up bad guys. I don't know.
I just love. That's all I do.
Absolutely.
I love. Really, it's for the ladies. I don't want any guys calling me Chocolate Bear Hug. I'm a little uncomfortable.
Yo, Chocolate Man, I heard you.
I was kind of worried about that. Like,
yeah, Chocolate Bear Hug.
Should I call you Mike or
no, you can call me Mike.
That works.
Chocolate Bear. It's very uncomfortable to have Dave even say it.
No, I'm all about making people uncomfortable.
Well, and you are. You are. Thank you very much.
I wouldn't have an act if that wasn't the case. Oh man, no, I can see why you started doing comedy because you have like the perfect voice, man.
Yeah, well, many have told me that. Actually, I got into it because my wife,
really?
She got me comedy classes, and it's kind of crazy, the idea of having a class to teach you comedy.
Yeah, that doesn't really make how can you have a class to
Well, it's basically to weed out who has enough guts to get on stage and so on, because basically I learned to move the microphone behind me if I take the mic off the stand, and and the guy that taught the class, Bill Bushart, great instructor, gave me a lot of fire to do it.
Yeah.
And impressed me to go from writing simple jokes to improving on it, and I'm still improving, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but when I saw you at Villains, like I heard maybe 2 minutes of your set, and I'm like, I want this guy because this.
Whoa!
Well, I want
In which context?
I want Chocolate Bear Hug right now.
To do what?
Right now, internet world, you can quote Dave Squeaky Wheels.
I know that it's a little liberal over here in Canada. But I'm still growing. I'm an older person. I'm still growing into that whole. Not anything wrong with it. Not anything wrong with it. But if I were gay, I'd be in the Latin man.
Sorry, you would. Yeah, well,
Yeah, like Mario Lopez.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
No.
which doesn't
More
he
like
brother?
Vilmer of Valderrama or whatever his name.
Oh, Fez.
Oh,
yeah, there you go, Fez. Yes,
Yeah.
he's way
Oh
out.
my god.
Not that I am. I'm straight as Indian here. But I figured I'd use it as a vehicle to do voiceover work.
Right.
That's what I really would like to do. And lo and behold, I am somewhat funny. People find me funny.
He is very somewhat funny. Absolutely.
So, and sexy. Don't forget. Is this on video?
It is on
so
video.
they can see me cool.
They can see
you
everything.
see the sexiness. And I have braces for a 43-year-old man. That's hot. Chicks are digging it. It's huge in China. Huge in China.
He would know his girlfriend's Chinese.
Right. It's fucking big in China.
My wife's Italian, my girlfriend's Chinese. What? But no, life is good, man. I'm loving this. Loving this.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it just kind of seems natural for you. And because I remember, like I said, I saw the show. And I remember we had, where's that guy from? Wasn't he from Ireland at one point? Then he made it, then it was Russia.
Yeah, he's the Russian-Irish dude.
A Russian-Irish heckler. Some guy. I don't know.
Who drank a lot. Go figure.
Yeah, I would have never put those two together. In Soviet Russia, beer drinks. No,
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, no, I try with the voices. And not to be outdone, we have Tyler LaBrecque, first time on the podcast.
Yes.
Good friend of mine. I met you, about a month, 2 months ago?
You met me back in, I think it was November.
Yeah.
It was a week or two after you did your special.
Right.
Yeah, my dad was putting on a show for the Special Olympic fundraiser. I think that's what it was for that night. I don't know.
Yeah, it was in Tecumseh.
Yeah, in Tecumseh. Had a great time. Your set was fucking deadly.
You had a good set too, man.
Still, when you went up there and got out of your chair and grabbed the microphone, you're like, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking genius. And and then we kind of hit it off after that.
Yeah, it's true. We did. We have a great appreciation for comedy and shit like that. Wasn't your dad? Your dad did comedy for like the longest time.
Oh yeah, well,
got into it.
My dad started doing comedy when he was 18, 19 years old. And again, that was just because people were telling him he was funny. So he finally did it. Very, very small bar back in Fredericton, and got picked up by Yuck Yucks. Toured with them for about 10 years, and then when we moved to Ontario, I got a job at 89X for 2 years. He did a skit. It was really, really old skit. It was called Bob That Canadian Guy. And he'd just come on and like for 10 minutes just be the most fucking ignorant Canadian stereotypes all crammed into one. Wow. And and then my dad's just always done shows here and there, mostly fundraisers. And from like the age of, I use it as one of my bits. From like the age of 12, my dad was fucking asking me, opinions on how should I write this joke about banging your mom. And it's like, maybe ask somebody else, but...
I know. And then you started therapy soon after that?
Yeah, very shortly after that. The doctors got brought in, and there was an investigation by CAS. But no, it was all said and done. It was a very, very cool upbringing. Fostered a lot of creativity and just a lot of inspiration to do whatever the fuck it is you want to do to make you happy. So
basically, and your sister does it too, man. You're the first family of comics that I've met.
Yeah, my sister took her first crack at it about a year ago now, and she's got a deadly, deadly, well polished set.
She does,
yeah.
Honestly.
And she actually, I don't know if you know this, she just did a show a couple weeks ago at Club 54 with Ben Guyette.
Right, yeah, that used to be on TV. I remember watching that. A few wins of people have been on that, man.
Oh, yeah?
It's amazing how much talent there is in this area, and not a lot of people know about it. You know what I mean? I said this on the last podcast when we had Jared on there, but there's a lot of people who have a unique voice in the Windsor area, and it's so difficult to get your voice out there down here because of the lack of exposure and the lack of media. But that's what we try to do with this show. And even we're trying to start a little scene up with Milk, and even when you've been at Leo's and stuff. And I don't know, we have some really great spots on here. I just think that people need to kind of take a closer look and see what's going on.
Well, the Tuesday nights are really taking off at Milk. Like I remember the first show I did there was maybe 50 people, but now it's like the last one was packed.
Yeah, pretty much every weekend, man. Yeah, not weekend, every weekday, every Tuesday, every weekend we go. No, it's we're going every Tuesday though. Didn't we go last Tuesday? We was talking off camera.
Yeah, when the SOS pad head was there.
Oh man, I was telling them he looked like a cross between Sideshow Bob and Weird Al Yankovic, because his hair was just completely kerfuffled. It was all. It's like it had a mind of its own.
He had a wafro.
Yes, he did.
It's a white
Except
afro.
It was more like there was more personality in the hair than there was actually in the dude. Like I wanted to talk with his hair, but the guy was just fucking obnoxious.
Like a toothpaste tube. It's just coming out of the top of it.
Dude, man, I've been trying to write some comedy. Like, I wrote some stuff, man.
Oh, and it was fucking horrible. It was like, so I went to Columbine, and he just started talking about Columbine, and he stopped talking, and we're like, he's like, so what'd you think? Maybe it's your timing's off a little bit. But
by about 7 years.
by forever.
Yeah.
Now, how is Milk? I haven't been there yet.
Milk is it's a pretty good spot, man. It's really chill.
They have the music and...
Yeah, the music and...
Now, how does that work?
Well, I mean, like, the music's not playing as we go, but we usually do the comedy first and, afterwards. And
Then it's music.
Yeah.
Not that alternating.
No.
Well, like, what we usually do is we try and hit it up, like, every Tuesday, because...
Right.
The off Tuesday is just open mic, so they've got everybody. People that want to read monologues, comedians, people that want to just play music. And then the thing that Cam runs, it's pretty much just like straight comics.
All right.
Start to finish. There's usually some music on like when you first get there. Right. And then Cam kind of takes over and does his thing and just gets that ball rolling.
Gotcha.
He's done a really nice job with it, because I remember when he first started it, he had just started doing comedy. And now he's really getting in like a good rhythm and stuff. And now, like you said, we're starting to get more of like a crowd there, more of a following. We might even
come through there.
Yeah, well, like the last one I went to, they're like people were just standing because there wasn't enough seats, and it was like shoulder to shoulder. So it was a really good gathering, really good group of people.
I think it's just good for the city too, because a lot of the times, this even in America, some Americans don't even know that Canada's up here, that it exists.
Well, when we flush our toilets, we know it either goes down to Cleveland or across to not necessarily this area, because I love this area. I love Windsor and maybe the Sarnia.
Maybe Chatham.
Fucking Sarnia.
We'll say Chatham.
Fuck Sarnia.
Oh man. No, it's true, man. I've actually leads into like a story I wanted to tell. It's about a show I did in the county about a while ago. I don't know if I told you this one, but it was I was dating this. Well, I was not really dating her. It was on and off. She was.
Were you just?
You're fucking her.
No, I was. I wasn't. If I did, I'd be a lot happier back then.
I was dating this girl. That's usually how all my horror stories start.
Honestly.
Did you get laid? No.
No. No, if I did, I'd have less to complain about. Yeah. But yeah, no.
No, if it was you were probably late. That's what it was.
No, I know.
She's like, I'm waiting.
That's happened a few times, man.
I'm on my way.
The girl was like in the room.
I'm coming.
I know.
She's like, I'm done.
It's like if you were coming, I would have left.
Are you coming or are you breathing heavy?
So in that case, the train didn't have an accessible ramp, so I couldn't even get on the train, and I missed.
Dude.
I missed that. No, she didn't care. So I remember, I think it was with Rob, and I knew this guy. I don't mean to name drop. He's a nice guy. What up, Tim? Tim Sarkis. I say he's a good guy. He's a lot like a little Lebanese troll, because he just kind of pops like, "Hey, Squeaky, here's my jokes. What's up, man? Go fucking smoke some weed, dude. Let's do it." I'm like, you're on something, man. I don't know what the fuck that is. Let's fucking do it, Squeaky. Let's do it.
Who are your friends, man?
I don't know. Apparently they're Lebanese trolls from Leamington.
Sound like Dick Tracy villains.
Maybe the Penguin. No,
Lebanese troll.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So he goes to show at this bar in the county, And I was there with Rob. I think Rob was there. A few other comics. Johnny P was there, also on the special. Very, very funny guy. So I cabbed it up there. I literally decided at the last second that I was going to do it because I'm like, I'm not going to do this. I'm always very hesitant because, you know, back then I didn't have a lot of money to spend. Disability checks kind of fluctuate. That's a whole nother issue. So I get up there, and it's not too busy. It's not too crazy or anything like that. And, you know, he's doing pretty well. Tim's doing pretty well. I go up, I do about 5-7 minutes. There's maybe 30 people in the bar. Rob goes up. You know, people have decent sets. It's just the crowd was very, like, not used to it. You know what I mean? A lot of the jokes were flying over their head, I could tell.
Well, you're talking about county folk too, right?
Yeah,
so
well, you know, it takes one to know one.
more than 4 channels is like fucking satellite.
Yeah, we like people from the county. We want you to listen / watch. So
I don't give a fuck. I'm not from the county.
I know. Neither do I, really. I'm just saying that people.
They don't mean Oakland County. It's Wayne County.
That's a whole nother issue, man. It's cool, man. So I hadn't really eaten anything that day at all. Like, I barely eaten anything. And of course Tim was like, Squeaky, it's a fucking shot. You gotta do the shot, man. So I pound about 4 or 5 shots of whiskey, like, easy, and I'm just pounding beer after beer after beer. And I hadn't seen her in like a good 2 months, no, 3 months. It was October at that point. I hadn't seen her like a long time, so I was kind of like, because you know, like when women get upset, they just cry, and women are allowed to cry. Guys drink and talk shit in bars. You know what I mean? That's how we get over chicks or whatever, or supposedly how we get over chicks.
And then we go home and cry.
Yeah, and then we and masturbate and pass out and shit.
Total eclipse of the heart.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised that men were even able to write poetry throughout history in that respect. I mean, you know, you get some sensitive.
Well, most of the guys, like, if you look at the best guys that've done it, they end up killing themselves afterwards, right? Like Hemingway.
It's true. Yeah. You know, and even I was watching this thing about Patton Oswalt. He was talking about who's the guy that wrote The Raven? Can't remember his name.
The Raven Evermore, yeah.
He said that guy was a shitty writer, but he kept throwing out so much stuff that basically
something was gonna hit.
Yeah, something was gonna hit. After it's like sometimes when we perform, we can have shitty material, but there's at least one time we get a laugh.
I don't know. I got this one about this fucking bird. Let's give it a go.
You know, some type of raven. It's not going to be anything.
It's actually called a cockatiel at first.
A cockatiel.
He changed it to the raven because it was.
Oh, the cockatiel.
What can I rhyme with cockatiel?
Oh, man. It makes it less glamorous. So he snorted.
Yeah, sorry about that. Fucking county folk.
I know. So I was there, and we just pounded shot after shot after shot, and Tim is like, you know, in the cartoons when you have the good angel and the bad angel.
Right.
Tim is like, all he is the bad angel. It's just a complete bad influence the whole time. He's like, come on. So after I fucking pound, he's like, come on, let's go to the fucking strip club.
Does he fucking vibrate like that too?
A little bit. Sometimes. I don't know what it is. I feel bad ripping on him, but he really is a funny guy.
Am I going to get to meet him soon?
At some point. At some point. So, but yeah, so he's like, come on.
I'm gonna take the first encounter.
Right, the first encounter. Go.
I have to say, he looks like a garden gnome on meth. Seriously, he's very, very crazy like that. Okay, well, we will stop.
Back to the county.
Stop. I love you, Tim. I really do. So you got me through.
Although you're a garden gnome, you're on crack, you're
No, it was meth.
Meth. I'm sorry, meth.
You know.
Yeah, that's right. That's big up here.
It's less harmful.
It's got less of a bad stigma attached to it.
Fuck weed. Fuck weed. Let's go straight to meth.
Go big or go home.
Right.
You have to.
Wow.
Oh, we all have ADD. So.
Oh, I love Kenny.
I know, it's great. So yeah, I'm pounding shots. He's like, come on, man, let's go to fucking strip club, you know. So I end up going to the strip club. I don't remember how I got there, but I made it there.
Semantics.
And yeah, somehow it could have been by magic or levitation, you know, Harry Potter shit. So I get in the titty bar. I don't even remember like a.
Oh, it's gentleman's entertainment.
Okay.
Let's not.
I thought you were county folk, so we can't. You're not allowed to pretend. So it was like this Caribbean girl. She had really big tits, but really disgusting breath, like horrible breath, and she was overweight. And so I said, damn, if I didn't get the wheelchair by birth, I would have got it if this bitch sat on me for more than 20 minutes. Seriously, because she was ridiculous, man. And of course, Tim's like, I was like, yeah, man, have a good time, Squeaky, fuck it, yeah. You know, and after that, like, sometimes when you get so drunk, I'm like, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack. Something's gonna happen to me. You know what I mean? This is insane. Something's gonna go down, and it's not gonna be pretty. So, I literally, I'm like, man, we gotta get the fuck out of here. So I beg him to take me out of the club. And my chair was on the street still because they had to carry me up steps, and even that, it looks like they're carrying a dead body sometimes. Every time people put me in a car.
Like Weekend at Bernie's or something. Fucking one guy on each arm, you know. Hey, prop him up for the stripper. Freak Caribbean hot breast stripper.
I know.
She's been licking a pole all day.
She's like, you're not responding, hon. Is it okay?
Like, I don't know.
It's like he's dead.
Well, he loves it. Somebody back there pushing your ass. He's into it.
Do they have to like hold his dick up? How would you play that?
No, that's where they'll draw the line.
I know. That's
Plus, I think rigor mortis sets in too, right? You're just permanently stiff from that point in time.
right.
You have to be. Oh man, so yeah, I gotta finish the story.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's okay.
Go ahead. Only interrupted.
No, I don't give a shit.
This is by far the longest strip club story I've ever heard. By the way, usually guys just go in and see tits and walk out. You have a whole fucking episode inside of it. But go ahead.
Not the walk.
Yeah, normally it involves somebody getting fucked up, going to the strip club. Somebody gets punched or punches somebody, cops, and then home.
That's the
story.
That's basically the story.
That's pretty much it. Go ahead.
This is like the soap opera version of a strip club story.
Tell us your story.
So this Caribbean stripper, she had a bowl of oxtail and rice, and she wanted to dance for me. She was quite obese. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. She spotted the tires on my fucking wheelchair. She was so. Now they're oblong. like fucking tractor tires or tank tires. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't give a shit. So the best part of this whole story is that Tim Sarkis was trying to get me back to a hotel so that I could sleep, and apparently it gets into some other stuff too. But like I'm trying to get back to the hotel. I don't know where the fuck I am because I'm in a different county, and these roads are icy, and now I swear to God it's gonna be some horror movie shit because then the black guy typically doesn't fare well. So I was
always the first.
First to go.
So I don't even know with black disabled guy.
Well, especially because you can't even run, right?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
If I slide on that ice, man, like Freddy Krueger just has to put down his cloth, and that's it.
I wonder even if he would.
I know.
Or would he just be like, "There's no game involved here."
No, he'll get to you last. He's
I'll be
black
back for you.
But the rules are he's in a wheelchair, so I'll just take out everyone that are fully capable and then come back to his ass later.
Let's give him a bit of hope. He needs.
He's like dessert.
Yeah. So somehow I fucking I think he put my phone in my top breast pocket, and he was calling me the whole time. And I was so wasted, I didn't know what was going on because I hear it was vibrating. I pressed the speakerphone. He's like, Squeaky, where are you at? I was like, help. He's like, Squeaky, okay, I don't know. He's like, where you at, man? He's like, I need to go to the thing. He's like, where, are you on the street? And he was trying to give me all these navigations and stuff. But finally, we ended up at the Howard Johnson or wherever it was. And it's just like when you wake up in a hotel room the next day and you don't know where you are, you're thinking, if there's a dead person next to me, I'm running. Because that's the bottom line.
Well, first thing you do is check and see if your kidney is still there.
Exactly. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where he just wakes up.
Wake up and just written in blood on the there. Thanks for a good time. I have your kidney.
The Sideshow Bob reference comes in.
That's for like the third time too.
Honestly, I know. Holy shit. So yeah, and then I ended up staying there the next day, and I don't even remember. It was just.
So where exactly did this take place?
It took place in Leamington. Represent.
Well, that's like rule number 7 you learn growing up in Windsor, Essex County. You don't go to Leamington for a strip club.
Dude, it was no. I'm not trying to badmouth it, but it was a while ago too. But damn, it was so crazy. It's just creepy as fuck. I don't know.
You can speak the truth, or you trying to because you want to push this podcast. You don't want to put anyone down and all that.
No,
the people up in
we basically
Harrow.
Yeah.
Fucking Harrow.
That's a popular joke at Leo's.
Everyone shits on Harrow. I haven't met anyone from Harrow. What's the big deal?
For good reason.
Yeah.
What is the big deal about Harrow?
They're just figuring out electricity. That's why you haven't met anybody from Harrow.
What are they, Mennonites?
No, they're actually not. They're just. I don't even know how to. How would you describe? This is you. I'm not from the county.
What are they? Just a bunch of inbred people or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're going to you want to kind of drive around Harrow, not go through.
Oh man.
Wow. So they're like the hills have eyes or some shit.
Yeah, like you don't want your shit breaking down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. No.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah. No. What's your like? Is this the only place you've been in Canada? Like, have you been to other places in Canada?
No. I performed at Villains a couple times, and yeah, Villains and Leos. That's basically it.
Wow.
Yeah. I need to get over to milk.
Yeah, you would like it, man. For sure.
But I'm lactose intolerant.
That could be a problem.
That could be a problem. As soon as I get in there, I'll have like gassy bubbles.
Well, I've got like I got some antihistamines I could give you, if that would help.
Don't know if antihistamines help for lactose intolerance.
They don't. They don't.
They don't. But just the idea of me taking something will make you feel better.
Yeah, yeah.
In the meanwhile, I'll be able to breathe, but still have the bubble gut. That's just a little something I learned towards the end of last year that black people are lactose intolerant.
We honestly
I did not know that.
Really?
My
Yes.
sister is.
Yes.
As in all black people.
All black people. It's in our genus.
It
That
is.
and being late, obviously. Which, again, I thought was just an
I'm
American
never gonna
thing.
live this down.
No, you're not, man.
You're
You're representing us, man. I'm like, internationally, you're fucking
I know.
up. You're
It
fucking
doesn't
up,
matter.
man.
See, people are all the same.
So Dave's kind of
We are
like
the world.
the American consulate for you.
Yes, and I represent him, which is why I'm always on time to shit. You know? I'm like, oh man, I hate stereotypes. I fucking hate them.
You're fucking it up, Dave.
I tip 20%. I don't like being late. Hand to God, dude. I just feel like I got the whole black community on my shoulders.
It's true.
I thought it was 15% now.
No, I tip 20 because over there, white people, they don't like to wait on black people because generally black people don't tip.
It's true.
They don't tip well. Let me not say they don't tip.
I was wondering, yeah.
Yeah, and some of them, they cause raucous and all that other stuff in restaurants so they don't have to pay. Mm-hmm. And that sort of shit. So I always feel like when I'm in a restaurant, I smile a lot, I joke around, and I tip them big. So they were like, oh yeah, black people are all right. But no, they'd be like, no, this one nigga's okay. The rest of the motherfuckers, and it's just something that I'm always conscientious of. When I went to Cornell, I was in the mechanical engineering school. And I thought about getting out of it because I'm playing football. I had 7 classes like I'm in high school. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. And so I'm taking 7 classes. I'm failing 3 of them. I'm playing football. And I'm like, man, I can't handle this. Engineering sucks. Besides, I have too much personality. Engineers, let it be known. I don't know how it is over in Canada, but in the United States, engineers suck ass. They're boring. I really don't know how they reproduce. It's probably on some timetable schedule.
Well, it all has to be calculated.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
I know your cycle
yeah.
down to the minute type of thing, and they clear their schedule just to reproduce, and they only do that shit in accordance to like how the moons and planets and shit are. Like, I don't know. So I'm thinking I have too much personality to be an engineer. I'm funny, I'm good looking, I'm funny and good looking. I'm a lot of things, but I'm mostly funny and good looking. So I decided to get out of it. Well, hand to God, I'm eating dinner with my friends, and about 10 black people show up. 10 of them. And when 10 black people show up to anything, and there's no basketball in the middle of it, and they're not wearing different colored jerseys, something about to go down. So I'm like, hey, and they're like, hey, aren't you Geeter? I'm like, yeah, I'm Geeter. And like, I heard that you're dropping out of engineering. I'm like, how the fuck did you hear this? And there are only, at the time, maybe 1,300 black people up there. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like they couldn't hear it. It was Underground Railroad type of shit. And, so they're like, man, you can't do it. You got to stay in engineering for people. There aren't that many of us, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And that really fucked with me because I'm like, dude, I'm failing fucking engineering.
I know.
And you want me to stay in engineering.
I know.
So they wanted you to take on all this responsibility?
Right. Who wants a fucking C-level engineer? You got this guy has an A, and this Puerto Rican over here has a B-, and all the Chinese and Asian people have A's and shit. And if they would like blow up the building that they were all in, then the curve would have went down. Then I would have been a higher level engineer. But that shit didn't happen. So I'm like thinking like, wow, dude, I gotta carry all of this weight. And ever since then, I've been dragging the fucking black flag.
That's
not,
actual flag.
Not like, right, actual flag, not the roach and
that's why it's
insect.
crooked.
Not the roach and insect spray. And so now it's like every time I do something, I always have to be conscientious. Man, what are these people thinking? Yeah. And I tip a lot. I smile a lot because I don't want to, you know, even when I smile, I look angry because I'm bald and I got this weird beard and stuff. People are very, but kids like me because they think I'm like chocolate Shrek or something. So that's where the whole chocolate bear thing came in. It's a hug. It's chocolate bear hug. Not chocolate bear hate. Chocolate bear hug.
Chocolate bear.
Or slug. It's hug.
So it's like it's Yogi Bear as opposed to like Grizzly Bear.
I don't want people to be afraid of me. I'm a nice guy. I could get angry. I could make ugly faces. But I choose not to. I choose to love. Yeah, man. So it's a lot of weight on me. So when you're over here fucking up and not showing up, my first instinct is, oh, he must be high because he's a Canadian. But that's doubly worse. You're high and you're black, so you're never going to be anywhere on time. You're going to be way late. Like 15 minutes late. He's going to be 30 minutes late. Everything doubles over here. It's like, God damn.
It's the metric.
Right. It's the conversion.
Yeah.
God damn.
Our dollar's coming back, even though it's paper money now. So it's like Monopoly money for real this time.
Well, it looks nice.
It does.
I can tell you that much.
Apparently, it melts, and like if you wash it,
If you put it in the dryer, it melts.
Yeah,
the washer's fine.
Yeah. So you could have like $4,000, but it would look like $4. So.
Yep.
That's not the definition of money laundering.
No, I know it isn't. But
I'm just saying.
When people do that, oh my
You
gosh.
just fucking did it though.
I know, but it fit. That's why I did it. But like
now you know you have to give them the.
And you know what? That's the same line I used on my wife when we conceived our daughter. It fits. Why not use it?
Damn.
She's like, really? I said, I'm just as surprised as you are.
The bit you do about your daughter talking about homosexual gay men.
Oh gosh, yeah. I caught a whole lot of shit for that one.
People fucking died at the show.
But you know, the thing about a lot of my jokes is that, I mean, like any good joke, it comes from reality.
Absolutely.
And that was a conversation we had watching 30 Rock. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys watched that.
Yeah.
So the character,
we get that up here.
So Jenna.
Yeah.
So Jenna, she was dating a guy that cross-dressed.
Okay.
And in one episode, he decides to propose to her. And I'm not paying attention because I'm typing on my computer, probably looking at porn while my daughter's right there. I'm supposed to be watching her. But don't worry, the monitor was towards
as long as it's on mute.
And there are no mirrors or any reflective surfaces behind me. And it is, I have my headphones on, so I can look at her. So my daughter doesn't hear, at least I don't think she does, because I do have my headphones on. And the guy proposes to her. And my daughter goes, you know, Daddy, why did she say no? And I'm like, oh, yeah, don't worry. She just didn't want to get married. And that was the end of the conversation. But in my head, I'm thinking, okay, what if we had taken this conversation a little bit further? And then that's where the rest of it comes in. And, you know, whenever I have to change it up a couple places, because when I did it in Ann Arbor, people are like, oh, you can't say faggot in Ann Arbor. Yeah. But I'm like, it's not a derogatory thing.
Really?
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, man. Certain places like, don't say it in Royal Oak. And I said it in Royal Oak. No one said anything. Don't say it in Ann Arbor. And I said it there. I said gay one time, and it didn't come off right. What I'm finding, and a lot of times when I write, is that I get down to the minutia. I start taking sentences and flipping words around and saying this word sounds, because it's harder sounding, F words and K words. People love the sound of that. So when phonetically sounding, fuck them faggots sounds better than fuck those gays. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm going with fuck them faggots. And whenever I do that joke, people are going, really? Did your daughter? No, she didn't. Of course my daughter didn't say it. She's 4 fucking years old. I'm not raising, I'm not raising a baby Hitler or something. But in the same sense, it's like, wow, dude, that would be cool if my 4-year-old daughter said, fuck those faggots.
You wouldn't even have to write it at that point. You could just record it.
Just record it.
Yeah.
But she says cool shit, man. And I just like to turn it into something little more warped.
I wish writing was that easy too, and like
have a kid, Dave.
Well, I don't want to embellish that stereotype. This is actually true. On my 21st birthday, I'm 22 right now. My 21st birthday, my uncle called me up. He's like, "Yo, Dave, man, happy 21st. It's good to hear from you, dog." He says, "I'm glad you made it. So you made it to 21 without knocking up some hoe, going up into jail, and robbing your mama." It's like, yo, good job.
So are those like the 3 big things?
Those are the three big things. We all have like a list. It's the 10 Commandments. It's 3 for black people because they can cover most of
those
the
are the hurdles we need to get past.
Now, do they differ from
now? It's just smooth sailing for around here on out.
Yeah, I mean, there's snow involved up here, but
Okay, it makes it harder.
It's the only
Harder
Not
to
life
drive the
is
winter
easier
months.
for Dave,
Yeah.
see, because he didn't, do those things. Life is easier now. You made it to the mountaintop. This is what Martin Luther King was talking about when he had a dream.
That's the dream.
I have a dream. We don't knock up no bitches.
I know.
Rob our mamas. And get our black asses tossed in prison. I have a dream. That's just what he was going for. Then he's like, now I better scratch this and put something more
Gotta change
tangible. Right.
Oh,
They
yeah.
would include everyone else.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have to say that. No, I realize.
God damn, dude.
I realize too. Like, I thought about this too. All I have to do is be like a transvestite Arabic woman, and I literally cover every single stereotype.
Wow.
You could think, literally stereotype every type of minority, man. And it's funny too because like you could like you did a bit about gay marriage and stuff, and I've done jokes that. Not necessarily similar. Like I'm doing one about Power Rangers, which you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I just feel like a lot of the times you take an idea and you shape it into the reality of the joke you're trying
Absolutely.
to tell. You know what I mean? A lot of people have problems deciphering the idea that you took and twisted and made it silly or whatever your persona is, and they sometimes take it as reality.
Well, yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
some people for some reason, can't decipher the fact that I've witnessed something funny in my life, and I want to try and parlay that into a way that everybody's gonna find it funny.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't focus on that whole creative aspect. They're just like, wow, that person's stupid.
Yeah, and the reason why I think you go to stereotypes is because stereotypes wouldn't exist if people didn't enforce them. You know what I mean? So I don't consciously do things like that. But sometimes you find yourself saying, "Damn, like this is stereotypical," but you don't always like to do it. And I feel as if people will just take the actions of a few and associate that as
Right.
Applies across the board.
Yeah, and as comedy, you have to do it just for fun,
Yeah.
But I feel as if it also appeals to your intellect, and you're also making people question subconsciously. Well, why am I thinking like this?
Exactly. Yeah.
And like you work with people who have special needs,
Yeah.
so you run into that shit all the time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, because I run into it too, because like I tell people I'm in university, I'm doing this, and I'm like, oh, it's good for you, yeah, it's really nice, and people try to have that kind of false that kind of false sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I
They don't know why they're being sensitive. They just feel they need to be sensitive.
And I think it's kind of bullshit, because if you want true equality, if you want true equality, you can be sensitive to certain things, but it has to be sincere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I also think that humor is the catalyst for I think progression, for human progression. You know what I mean? It's a key component of our evolution. I'm not just saying it because I do it, but I don't know, would you guys agree with that?
100%.
When it comes to comedy, I mean, that's the cool thing about being comics. This is the last bastion in the entire world where you can say what the fuck you want to say, and people shouldn't take it so personally. Yeah, there's some real dick moves out there. People do some real dick things.
Yeah.
But if it's under the guise of comedy, you can't really assume that person is that certain way. Like the whole thing with what's his face?
Tracy Morgan, or
the Tracy Morgan,
Daniel
or
Tosh,
Tosh, and all of that
was
stuff.
Ridiculous.
When you're up there on stage and you're being heckled, a little bit more of you comes out than in a joke. Of course, like you were saying with comedy and all that, I find, or taking something funny.
Yeah.
To me, what a comic is supposed to do is take something funny or humorous and turn it into something funny. Exactly. Because you might find something humorous and try to get up on stage and relay it just as it happened, and that shit ain't funny.
Yeah, it's not clicking.
It's like, what is that? So the only way you can make it funny is by embellishing it and stretching it out, and do the old end around. You start out here and you end up there, and people go, "Oh my god,"
Yeah.
Because I even had people ask, "Wow, dude, your kids do this, or you really do that?" No, man, no, it's a fucking joke, man.
I had a woman do that to me after a show I did at the Loft, and it was about me getting back into the dating world, and more or less, long story short, finding where girls hide their dildos. And this one woman came up to me after the show. She's like, "You really hunt for dildos?" I'm like, Of course.
In my spare time.
I'm working on the
so the
fucking
dildo
pilot.
hunter.
I'm Tyler by day.
I'm working on the
by
pilot
night.
for TLC right now, you know?
Tyler the dildo hunter.
You should just like rip your clothes off and then just like have it be like an antenna, or just it could be like on your head like a superhero.
Like
thing.
the walkie-talkie's a dildo?
Yeah, or just like have it hang from your head like the Tick. You know what I mean?
You just have a bandolier of dildos.
Yes.
And you take one out and turn it on and
Problem solved.
it's like, oh, you pull out this big giant. Get the fuck out of here.
If it was a hammer, you'd have like a fleshlight and just kind of go like the top and just pound.
Unsheath that dildo.
Yeah, then you would be pounding pussy for real. He's like, boom.
So this woman's like, you really go hunting for and I was like, no, it's over embellishment. It's made to make people laugh.
Yeah, did you laugh? Or were you sitting here wondering if I went and...
How long have
I'll
you...
find yours.
How are you even supposed to investigate?
That's what she was probably asking.
Yeah.
She was holding her purse real close
Could
like
you
this.
come and find my dildo?
Yeah, which means she's hinting.
I'm soaking in it or something.
man.
Whatever.
I remember the one story, I think I did this in the special, and a couple friends and I were there for this, but you remember the one I did about the big lady, the lady who was drunk and who was trying to hook up with me, and she was like, if you want it, come get down on it, and she was like this older lady and like had barely any teeth and whiskey breath, and he's like, come on.
So she was referencing an old Belle Biv DeVoe song?
Pretty much.
Nice.
Absolutely. You're the only person that knows what that is. No, but yeah, so he's like, you want to come get down? I think I said, if I go down, we're both going down. This is like physiotherapy gone wrong or something. Like,
I'm just concerned that most of the women that you talked about today have been drunk, overweight,
Scary county chicks.
It's a pattern.
Right.
They come to me.
It's the law of attraction, dude.
I don't know.
think you're attracted.
I know, subconsciously.
Wow. You are your own worst enemy, Dave.
Right, man. You need to start, if it's subconscious, you need to start putting out in the universe
I need to.
skinny, hot, like Swedish chicks or something.
I do.
Well, first of all, you need to get off ChristianMingle.com.
Absolutely.
And that's fucking serving some bad ones up.
Yeah, because those Jesus chicks are usually big and...
Fucking freaks.
Just kidding.
kidding. CatholicMingle.com, where they only do go in one way. No,
Oh, boy.
there's only one way in. CatholicMingle.com.
I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say something about washing your dick in there, but that's okay. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna keep that one. Keep that one to myself.
Oh fuck.
Christian me.
Yeah, eHarmony. I think that's more your speed.
It's more harmony. I was gonna go with Plenty of Fish if the fish were retarded.
I think there's a column. I think you can click and scroll down.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, but do you ever?
No, it would be plenty of fish for the chicks you described.
I know.
Fucking cooter bowl as large as a shark's mouth. You know? Hey, wait a minute. I'm really not that hungry. I got plenty of fish.
Why do I crave that?
What is it for? Tartar sausage.
I want sushi for some reason.
Oh, no, that's sushi. That's ushi.
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
Yeah, dude. That's, yeah. Wow.
That's intense.
I'll put a horrible vision in my head.
Absolutely. This is what this whole podcast has basically been about that. Putting horrible vision.
All I see is your head disappearing and your feet doing one of these fucking kick and flipper things.
Like
as you're
like
trying
a
to get out of
swimming.
there. Wow.
Help!
Help!
Wow. Help. Trying to push yourself out of there.
I should do a thing where I do that and be like, I'm not having a seizure. Just like do that the whole time. That could work. Oh man. No.
That is so disgusting.
You started it, man.
I'm sorry to my 4-year-old daughter. My 20-year-old kids can handle my 4-year-old daughter. I'm sorry about this.
No,
Please don't let this be the last image of your father that you know and see.
Oh,
wow.
God.
Well, the bad thing with the internet is that all this stuff's saved forever now.
Yeah.
True.
Wow, that's
It's a
true.
fucked up thing, man.
Oh well. If that's the case, Obama, Bush, not the old Bush, but the W, eat a dick. Thanks for screwing up the whole economy and setting us back and shitting on all the money that President Clinton put. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in Canada. I'm sorry. Y'all don't give a shit about politics.
Exactly.
Whatever.
The weird thing about our system is that we don't really have like a term structure. Like we do, but you can basically be prime minister as long as you want. But
until someone says, I'm done.
Yeah, until like we have a referendum where the French get mad because apparently they.
Yeah, they're getting a little angry again.
But the French?
Yeah.
What the fuck are they gonna do?
I don't.
I mean, historically, what the fuck are they gonna do?
They're gonna raise cheese prices so poutines get out of price, and then that's gonna piss off a lot
eat
of
a
people.
dick. Look, let me tell you about poutines, man. It's really not that special. I'm just saying. Not
Have you
shit
had
on
a
your...
real good one though? Like with cheese curds and not shredded cheese?
I'm just saying. Even the word poutine sounds like it's some kind of bowel obstruction thing.
That's what happens afterwards.
I'm just saying. Baby, what's wrong with you? Oh, I got the poutines. You know, sacred blood. Fuck 'em. French, I like your fries. I like your kissing.
I like that you don't shake.
I like your bread. Other than that, what the fuck are you guys gonna do? In history, come on, man.
No, it's the truth.
You'll fold up like Chinese laundry. No offense to the Chinese. I like the Chinese. I like your food too.
Chinese are really good at folding laundry.
They are good.
My girlfriend.
They got little hands. They got little hands.
It's true. The little hands make little stitches, man.
Yes, exactly.
That's why our shit's cheap.
Exactly. I love Canada.
Absolutely. I have to love Canada. I live here. No, that's the thing too, man. Like what I dig about, you know, we're often talked as a mosaic, a culture mosaic, and you guys are like a melting pot of shit. I think that in a sense we all kind of are a melting pot because we all adapt certain cultural aspects. But I find that with Canada, it's the right thing to say by saying if something's ethnic or multicultural. Like, you know, I feel as if we should just embrace it though. To me, because I'm working on this thing, like when you say the word ethnic or multicultural, you put some racist shit in my head that wasn't even there before. I'm thinking of some nonsense that, you know, other people from other groups are doing that I wouldn't have thought before. And I feel like true acceptance is when you just say that they're people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're from China, but you're a person. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, I can't do comedy because then you can't specify where the person's from, and you know, it's like it's like the Power Ranger joke where I think it's like how Mitch wrote it for Mitch Grana was supposed to be here too. He's a very funny comic. We're gonna have on the podcast later too. Him and I were writing this thing with Tyler on the weekend. It was about the Power Rangers where like the color of their suit embellishes their racial profile, their stereotype. Like the pink Power Ranger was a woman. Mm-hmm. And she was white, and the black Power Ranger was black, and the yellow Power Ranger was a bad driver. So, and what's fucked up is I did that joke last week, and I found out that girl died in a car accident. So,
oh no!
Really?
Yes, I know. So my friend, it talks to me off stage. He's like, "Yeah, that girl died in a car accident." I'm like, "That is."
Did you research that? Is that true?
That's actually true, man.
Wow.
True.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the stereotype, it wasn't a stereotype. It was true. She couldn't fucking drive.
Like, is life too fucking weird or what?
I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. I have a hard time with this large penis.
Well, there's certain things I'll take. You know, I'm not very tall and stuff, but you know.
You gotta claim something.
Yeah, you have. I feel like the more privileged you are, the smaller your dick gets. You know what I mean?
Put your flag down, dude. Put your flag. Always bet on the larger dick. That's always it.
This isn't the dildo story.
Even if someone asks you, even if they ask you, you have a tiny one. So yeah, it's big. What the fuck you think? I'm black.
I know. Even if I have this big truck and rifle, goddamn. It's not like I'm.
You're gonna drive this Hummer and fucking AK-47.
Oh my god.
Doesn't mean my penis is small.
We could keep going, but I think I have to wrap this up. I'm running out of shit to talk about. But yeah, no, thanks for coming again, guys. This is really great. This episode is probably going to air next week, the week of the 12th January.
Okay.
We got to go right now. Like I said, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Squeaky Unclean Podcast. Tyler LaBrecque here, my man, Chocolate Bear Hugs, Mr. Mike Geeter. You can see him on the special. Can you grab the thing down there, the poster? You can see on this special here.
Plug it.
Roll with it.
Put your hand over this guy's name.
Just because he's not apparently there. You can buy the DVD. Go to DaveSqueakyWheels.com. Check out the Facebook page, Dave Squeaky Wheels or Squeaky Unclean Podcast. Look us up. Send us some tweets. Send us some shit. We'd like to hear back from you. We'll be back next week probably with Mitch Grana and some more exciting guests. Thanks so much, guys.
We're going to be more exciting. We're not fucking exciting.
I was about to say that.
No,
we came all the way from America. Went over the bridge.
I wasn't like all Vermont. It was some more exciting guests.
Pull out a gun or something? I'm going to straight stereotype it.